Hey guys, it's Erica, and I'm back with another video, and today I am 2 weeks post-op. Gastric bypass surgery was on July 20th with Dr. Laguna at Fairview Southdale Hospital in Edina, Minnesota. And I have weighed in today at my 2-week post-op appointment at 234. Total loss of 46 or 47 pounds, almost 50 pounds lost since I started this journey in January. If you're new to my channel, please check out my previous videos. I started considering this process probably about a year ago, but I didn't seriously consider it until this past January. And I could have had surgery in May, but we ended up buying a house and moved in mid-May. So I pushed my surgery back to July. So now I'm 2 weeks out. I finally feel like myself. I was able to do my hair and makeup finally. Woohoo! And finally have the energy to do it, so that's a great feeling. I just put back in my earrings and on my wedding ring. Finally, I just didn't even care about my appearance at all the last 2 weeks since I've been home doing nothing. If you want some ideas of things to do while you're home recovering, or if you're ever homesick and you're bored, please give this video a like, and I will make a video about all of the different things I did in my 2 weeks and 2 weeks to come. I still won't be going back to work until August 21st, so I still have a couple weeks of boredom that I need to get through. But yeah, so here we go. This video today is going to be about why I'm going to have it, who supports me, reasons why I chose gastric bypass over the sleeve or other options, and what I had to do to get this whole process rolling. So first, let's start off with why I had this surgery now that it's already been done. So I had a lot of people ask me, why would you do this to your body? You're only 23 years old. You just got married. Why have it now? Why not try to lose the weight on your own naturally through diet and exercise instead of, going through this life-risking procedure and life-changing procedure so that you can lose weight? Well, my answer to that would be I can't have kids. So losing weight would be my first thing to do that, because I do have polycystic ovarian syndrome. And for those of you that don't know about it, please Google it, because it's a long explanation I don't have time for. Ain't nobody got time for that. But basically, I can't conceive unless I lose a significant amount of weight. Again, I started this journey at 280, and I am 5'7". And I am now 234, and they say after surgery your chances of conceiving go up like through the roof. So you got to be really careful and use 2 forms of protection while having sex for the first 1.5 years after surgery. But I was willing to take the risk and do this surgery because diet and exercise alone were not cutting it. I'd lose maybe 10-15 pounds and do really well and be really strict on myself. But then I'd gain it back, and then like 30 more pounds all of a sudden would just pile on. I don't know. It's my hormones. I just could not keep the weight off. So after years of trying to do it naturally, I wouldn't say I gave up. I found another tool, which was this surgery. And so far it is working. So we'll see in 1.5 years how long it takes to conceive, but my husband and I really want to have a child, preferably a boy, just because then the last name carries on another generation or so. But we really just want to have one kid, and we'd be so blessed if it were to come true. So we're looking forward to that in the next 2 years. Another question, number 2, is why did I choose gastric bypass over the sleeve or the lap band? So my answer to that is gastric bypass has been around a lot longer than the other surgeries have, and my mom had the gastric bypass about 14 years ago, and she did keep off a significant amount of weight. And I needed to lose about 120 pounds from my highest weight in order to have a healthy BMI, and my goal weight is 160, and they said with just the surgery alone and not even doing all the exercise and everything with it, I could get down to about 180 to 170 within about a year. So that puts me at that weight in about July, but if I want to get to 150, 160, I need to put in a little more effort, which I'm totally willing to do. So I chose the bypass because it has a longer success rate of keeping the weight off, and you lose it quicker. So then, in a year and a half, I could be at my goal weight and then try to get pregnant and hopefully keep off a lot of the weight and not gain a lot during pregnancy. My mom, when she got pregnant with my sisters, she was actually still losing weight, and I think she was about 175 or so when she got pregnant, and then she kept it off, during our whole pregnancy. So that's my goal as well. The sleeve just sounds a little bit scary to me because they take out the portion of your stomach that you're not using, so it's gone forever. You can't really reverse it, you can't do anything else but the sleeve. And it hasn't been around that long, so it just kind of freaks me out in general. But yeah, and the lap band is a total no. I would never in a million years even consider it. I do not want a foreign body in my body because I tend to reject things. So if I were to have the lap band, it would probably be rejected by my body and it would just be a hot mess. So yeah, gastric bypass it was, and I'm happy with it so far. Another question that I've had is, how long have you had to take off of work after surgery? So for me, I am a medical assistant. I work in the clinics. I do a lot of transferring of patients because I work with foot and ankle surgeons. So some of these patients come in post-op and they're not able to walk on one of their feet. So I have to help them get up into the exam chair and get their shoes off and stuff. And then I also have to clean the floor after we're done because we tend to be a little bit messy in that field, apparently. No offense, doctors, if you're watching. So I don't want to have to bend and lift and transfer and stuff with my stomach still really sore, and I won't have a lot of energy because I can't eat much right now. So I chose to take off a full month. So I was off day of surgery, July 20th, and I will go back August 21st. And today I'm 2 weeks out and I feel pretty great, but I know I don't want to rush into things and go back to work and then regret not taking the extra 2 weeks to recuperate. So for me, it's a month. For someone with a desk job, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks. It's up to you, whatever you think is best if you're doing this. So another question, let's see. What does my husband think of this? Well, I haven't formally asked him what his thoughts are on all of this, but I know he's been supportive. He always asks what I need to do in order to, get the surgery scheduled. He came to some support group things with me. He came to a couple different appointments at the surgery clinic, and he was there with me in the hospital the day of surgery and then came back to visit the next 2 days after. And at home, he's been helping me, get my ice packs and my medicine and all that stuff and helping with the pets. So I know he's supportive, and he also wants to have a kid. So he is obviously supportive because this will be another chance for me in order to be able to have a baby. So kind of needs to be supportive if he wants to have a kid with me. And my mom and dad and sisters and grandparents, even coworkers, they're all also very supportive. So I've been very blessed with that. A lot of really encouraging words have been coming through on Instagram and Facebook from all of you guys and my support system. So I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone that's been here for me, because this has been one of the toughest journeys I've been on. Any weight loss journey that I've tried so far hasn't worked, obviously, but this one is working, and without your guys' support, I'd be a wreck. So I know everything's one day at a time, but it's hard every day. Getting out of bed, you have to find the motivation to do it, even though your stomach hurts so bad and you don't want to sit up, but you have to. You have to feed yourself. You have to be willing to put in the work to lose this weight and to stay healthy. So it's totally a mental thing more than it is a physical thing, I think. And they've said that, people should go to therapy after this surgery because it's a whole new life. I can't go out to eat. I can't go to the bars with my friends. I can't just order pizzas and pig out like I used to. I need to be very mindful of what I'm eating and what I'm doing, because that will affect my stomach and the long-term success of this surgery. that I spent a lot of time and money to get scheduled and performed and to recover. So, gotta put in the work. Anyways, sorry, squirrel. So I guess another question would be, who are my inspirations for why I had this surgery in the first place, or why I even came up with the idea to have it? That would be my mom, number one. I know she didn't do things 100% of what you're supposed to after surgery, but I know that I can and I will do those things, like working out, drinking a ton of water, taking my vitamins, following up with the doctors as scheduled and stuff like that. And I think part of it is because I work in healthcare and I've seen what can happen to people that don't follow through with things after a surgery. But I think this journey for me is not only helping me, it's helping my mom as well. I'm trying to get her more on track with the vitamins and B12 injections and just following up and getting everything documented so that in the future, if either of us need any plastic surgery, it's documented and we have a much better chance of getting it covered by insurance. So my mom was my first inspiration. Another one would be Nirvana Lee, and I follow her on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook and everything. I just love her to death. So shout out to Nirvana. Woo, hey girl, hey. So if you guys want to follow her channel is Experiencing Nirvana, or Nirvana Lee. And she had gastric bypass, she had the band-over bypass, and now she's considering a revision surgery. She started at a much higher weight than I did, but still every day that she uploads her videos, they inspire me to do better, and I just love her. I feel like she's my sister, and I just look up to her so much for advice, and her husband's real cute, so yeah. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna leave that in there. But yeah, so Nirvana, thank you for everything you've done. You are a true inspiration for a lot of us, especially for me. I even got my grandma and my husband to watch your videos, and my little sister Gabby thinks you're hilarious, and she's 12, but I know it's probably not appropriate, but she loves your videos too. Yeah, so next question. I don't even know. I guess, what are my goals? Is what I've been asked. Obviously, my goal is to be able to have a baby and to be healthy. You know, I've already stopped 3 of my medications since surgery. I was taking metformin and spironolactone for my polycystic ovarian syndrome, so I stopped both of those. I was taking phentermine before surgery, however you say it. It was an appetite suppressant. You had to stop it 2 weeks before surgery. And side note about that medication, if you're having surgery and you're taking it currently, wean off of it and be done with it 2 weeks before surgery, because I made the mistake of taking it, I think, a week before, and they almost canceled and postponed my surgery because it really affects with the anesthesia. I did not know that, so I got lucky and they kept my surgery date as planned. So just be careful with what medications you're taking and scheduling your surgery. So yeah, but yeah, so goals to have a baby, be healthy, not have to take a bunch of pills, which I'm already on track for that. I'd like to be about 160 pounds. I'd like to have a lot of muscle tone, and I just want to be able to be active and not out of breath from taking 3 steps outside. You know, I've always wanted to be that active mom, or even at 23, I've always wanted to join the co-ed volleyball and softball leagues, but I've been so out of shape compared to everyone else that plays, and I just feel like an elephant compared to everyone else. I can't keep up with them physically, and it's really discouraging. So I'm going to be looking into some volleyball and softball leagues maybe this coming summer. So a year from now I'll be a lot healthier and able to play, and I'm so excited because I love sports. Yay! So yeah, those are my goals. And just a rumor I've heard is that a lot of gastric bypass or other bariatric surgery patients, we tend to be more involved with makeup and like hair and nails and stuff like that, just looking pretty, I guess. And I don't know what it is about it, but I've noticed it a lot. Even with my mom, she loves to do her hair and makeup and her nails, and anytime we go out, she loves to just look beautiful, which she's always beautiful because she's my mom. And I'm her daughter, and I'm beautiful too, right? Yeah. So anyways, but I think people just love to do their hair and makeup after surgery because we finally have the confidence that we lacked before surgery, and now we actually feel beautiful, so we want to put on our face and our makeup and paint our nails and just look how we feel on the inside. So that's just my little 2 cents on it, but I've always loved makeup, and today I kind of went all out. I did some like glitter underneath and my red lips, did some glitter nail polish. Yeah. A little bit much compared to usual, but I figured might as well film a video while I look decent. Oh, I even curled my hair. I never do that, so that's fun. Let's see. So people ask also, what do you eat after surgery? So the first 2 weeks up until today, I've only had really liquids. I will admit that I kind of cheated. I didn't know I couldn't have mashed potatoes and like blended soup and stuff, so oops, but my stomach tolerated it, so I guess it's okay. But I was having mashed potatoes, soup, Jello, pudding, protein shakes, water, popsicles, Halo Top ice cream I've been able to tolerate, which I'm so glad because it's amazing. It's everything. So just kind of stuff like that. And then the next 2 weeks, I just found out today that I can have oatmeal, eggs, which I love eggs. So excited. Eggs. And then, so yeah, oatmeal, eggs, mashed potatoes, malto meal. Can't remember everything because I just got the packet today, but pretty much pureed foods, soft foods like applesauce and stuff like that I can have. So I just have to make sure everything's blended.